Sup, homos? It is Flaming Freedom, and we're live this Thursday, February 26th. And it's a very special episode of the Flaming Freedom, as we are taking the huge government dildo up the butt. Hosting with me tonight
sexy.
in Manchester.
This is Dalbert.
And Jason.
And I am Derek J., and I am broadcasting from Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world! It's great to be here. I can't be in Manchester. Last time I went there, I got in a car accident. God damn it. It was right after filming Flaming Freedom. We did that. I stayed over Dale's. I went and left and then got in a car accident not 2 blocks from his house. But Dale saved me. Thanks, Dale.
You're welcome. That's
You're
what
welcome.
I do. I'm a superhero.
Yeah, it was great. And the mechanic still hasn't gotten back to me about that. I blame government for all of it, for everything, for the roads, for us not having flying cars already, for the fact that they piled the snowbanks up so high that I couldn't see around the corner, for the fact that the response team was the police instead of some like private company like, here, let's help you, let's fix this right away.
Snowbanks being high might be because of weather. But I don't know.
Snowbanks can be eliminated in places like Japan with little robots that pick up the snow and then crush them into blocks and pile them somewhere else. I mean, snowbanks can be literally everywhere except for corners because that obviously is a danger to people. So I think that's stupid. I hate it. And we got some fun topics to talk about today that are at the Facebook page for Flaming Freedom, which if you're not already someone who has liked the Facebook page, go ahead and do that now. You go to facebook.com/flamingfreedom, hover over the like button, and click get notifications. That way you see everything that we post, and it's a lot of fun. We still need to break the 1,000 people mark, although, I don't know, there's something kind of cool about having a smaller number, like maybe we're a more exclusive club. What do you think about that?
True. Well, I posted about the... I think a smaller number is cool. Like you said, it's cozy.
No, it's not.
I posted about the butt waxing party because we forgot to talk about that last week.
Oh, yeah. We got to stay on point this week. We went through so many topics, but we got so derailed last week. We forgot the butt waxing party. So where can we follow them?
That's why I have a list. If they scroll down a few posts, because there have been a few posts since then, but last week I posted, what do you want us to talk about? Nobody else posted but me on there, which is fine, but it's just a way to organize. But if you do have a suggestion for a topic, we're going to try and start a thread for that. And you can always just post in Facebook, on our Facebook page, if that thread's not there, and we'll see it, so we can talk about it. So I wanted to make sure we didn't forget to talk about the butt waxing party. We need to make plans.
Okay.
And so...
No, my disappointment with this butt waxing party, Dale, is that I expected this to be an excuse for an orgy, and it doesn't seem like you're interested in that happening. You're like, no, there's not going to be an orgy. In typical Dale fashion, a bunch of gay men getting together in their underwear and taking their pants off is not an orgy.
Right. I'm naive about that, I guess, because I really wanted this to be like an official event. It would be kind of funny, and maybe we'd get some funny video and stuff. There's plenty of videos. Like, this is a thing. If you go on YouTube, you can see guys waxing their chest or something.
But there's so little hair on the butt. Do you really need to wax? I don't have
a very hairy butt. You're not very hairy. I'm not very hairy. I don't think Derek's very hairy either. But some people are. It could potentially, get... it depends on...
That would suck, having a hairy butt.
Oh, a lot of guys have a hairy... Did you not see the picture I posted? Some guys have quite a bit of hair down there.
Show it, Dale.
Large this picture.
I don't need to eat tomorrow, so I'll look.
And in fact, I can set it. I might be able to set it so that we can show the picture on the. Yeah, I can do that. I can do it. So that
Meanwhile, I want to share something. Doing my screen share here with the folks listening and watching at home. This is the Anarchists page, and this is a page I created because I had beef with one of the homotarians. There's another larger gay anarchist page called Homotarians. Don't join that Facebook page, they suck. And it became authoritarian and controlled by Jeff Levin, who's awesome. I'm not gonna say he's not awesome, but he became authoritarian last week when he was like, oh hey, all these people who were admins on this page, boink, no longer admins because I don't like you guys and I'm gonna be the dictator of this Facebook page. Well, that's super lame. Oh wait,
talk to him about that, because I was very confused about what happened. I don't know what.
clear that up. Wow. All right, some nice asses.
Yeah, how about that top left one?
Not a nice ass. I'm not into that.
Disgusting.
See, I can't deal with that. And I've seen guys, I've seen porn where there's a guy who's got a really hairy butt and he's bottoming, and I'm just like, how do you do it? I can't.
Wouldn't
I
that
wouldn't
be
do
rough?
that.
It
What?
would. It would hurt my dick.
I think it might. There'd be more friction,
Don't
right?
you think it's soft? I mean, it's softer hair on your buttocks.
Maybe, but that doesn't look particularly soft right there. I don't know.
I don't know. I
Viewers should be able to see this if they're watching the video.
That's
It's PG-13. It's just butts, and they've got thongs. I made sure that it was like YouTube safe.
Oh, you can't show bare ass on YouTube?
I don't think you can if there's no thong. Like if you, well, you run the risk of like showing booty hole, and then it's bad, right?
Oh my God. Yeah, let me get mad.
Hey, I don't make the rules of YouTube. Trust me. If I did, it would basically be XTube.
It'd be a horrible place.
So I don't know if I can show homitarians because I left the group in a huff. I can't show it. So like I want to explain what happened here. This was a group. Okay. This is an image that was created by Bobby.
We have not planned at all for the butt waxing party, so we're changing subjects in the middle here. But that's fine as long as we get back to it.
Oh, go ahead. Well, I'm sorry. We didn't plan for the butt waxing party. What?
Well, yeah. Well, Liberty Forum's in a week.
Oh,
so here's what it comes down to. If we're gonna do this, here's my thought. Do we want to maybe see if there's a salon that will let us take YouTube video while they're doing butt waxings? And that way it's like an official environment? Or do we want to just do it ourselves?
Well, I thought that's what you were going to do. You're going to wax each other's butts.
Right. Well, that was the original plan. But some people seemed very uncomfortable about that. Derek thought it was going to turn into an orgy. I don't want it to turn into an orgy. I'm not, that wasn't my intent. And when I posted it, no one would accept it. No one would go, not even Derek, because he was like, I want to wait and see who comes, whatever. So maybe we need to keep it a much smaller, like invite-only event, and just bring a few people, and so that it's not. And then see if some people will like, okay, these are who's going to come, and this is who's going to wax your butt, and there's going to be a curtain up, or something's going to be blocking it so no one else sees your butt. I don't know. Whatever is needed.
Why do you want a curtain blocking?
I'm not having my butt waxed.
Jason won't do it.
No.
What's that, Derek?
Well, why? What's the fun in that? If you're blocking the view, I mean, aren't you taking video anyway? Are people going to see this eventually? So
they're not going to see the butt. I just make people comfortable for it. It's more important, like it's their reaction to getting their butt waxed.
Yeah,
like, you have to blur out the butt for YouTube anyway.
Sounds like we both have very different goals for this butt waxing party.
So you actually just want, if you just want it to be an orgy, it's not going to be a YouTube video. You know what I'm saying? There's not going to be media content at that point. It's going to be just having an orgy, and that's fine if you just want to have an orgy, I guess.
Maybe Freedom should do all its advertising on XTube.
Maybe then we could do the butt wax. Hey, do we want to do an XTube video then for Flaming.Freedom butt waxing party?
You might push past that 1,000 marks with an XTube video.
You think people would be like, I'm on board? What are people saying in the chat about this right now? Are you guys chiming in at all?
Jason, speaking of that, the weirdest thing. So we will get back to this butt waxing party subject, I promise. But I was watching some earlier of gut punching, and it's not something that I'm into or have seen really before. I thought this was really hot. The guy he was punching was really hot, and it's like a long time. Anyway, it was hot. But one of the weird things about this was it was safe for YouTube because there's no real nudity there, and they had a link to a Facebook group that had like, I don't know, 850 or so members. I did not join this gut punching Facebook group, but isn't that interesting? Have you seen this before, that there's porn groups or social Facebook groups for people who are into the same kind of weird porn?
Is gut punching a euphemism?
No, it's a real thing. It's just exactly what it sounds like. It's a guy putting on punching gloves and punching another really hot, buff, sweaty guy.
It's like gay fight club.
Kind of, yeah, kind of. And like, it's hot, I gotta say. Let's put some up on screen when we come back. This is Flaming Freedom. Hey, wait, don't we have a straight guy on here?
Yeah, I'm straight.
Alright. Just checking. Well, maybe we can do something about that. When we come back, this is Flaming Freedom.
On LR. It's really no use. I have tried.
It's been
Neil and I both have worked on him, and it's just no use. He's still into the girls and the vaginas and the boobs and all that.
And I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you, Derek.
Maybe when you see this gut punching, you'll be all over it.
Yeah, I can't even comprehend why this would be attractive. Wait, how long is this break?
It's S&M stuff. Guys want to pain and to be.
Yeah, I'm into that kinky
dominated and everything.
I want to see weird stuff all the time.
Oh, Derek, I added a video to my favorites today that I thought of you about.
A porn favorites?
Yeah, it's called the ordeal of Jake or something. The ordeal of somebody. Okay. And two black guys and a white dude.
Black guys?
Black guys and a white dude, two white, and they're like, oh my god, it's awesome. You'll like it.
I will like it. Can we play that on YouTube?
No.
Oh.
It's on Gay Boys Tube.
Okay.
You have like a porn favorites bookmark?
Yeah, why not?
I
didn't used to do it, but recently I just went ahead. Oh, what the hell? I'll make an account. It's not like I'm private about this stuff. I talk about it on YouTube all the time.
Enough.
I mean, I talk about it on Flaming.Freedom.
I just kind of start from scratch every time. It's like a treasure hunt.
Well, you don't always crack the golden ones though. Every now and then you like, you know what? I just want I want something that I like that I didn't know I like and that I enjoyed and I want to see it again.
Yeah, sometimes after a little while, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just can't find what I'm looking for. I wish I could find that one I saw last week.
Yeah.
Wow. Gay Boys won't load.
Are you guys in the chat room? They're asking about anal bleaching, but I sort of want to ignore that topic.
Yeah, well, why? I don't know anything about it, so I can't tell people much.
It sounds painful to me. Like, I don't want bleach on my skin, and I don't want bleach on my asshole. I just feel like it's going to be like, I don't know, like acid eating away.
They say, okay, so Liberty Phoenix says it's anal bleaching is mainly cosmetic to make the anus more uniform with the surrounding area. I bet it's designed for your skin, and it's probably fine.
It's not as strong as regular bleach.
It might be a little irritated for a little while, and then it probably heals up fine or whatever. I don't know.
I've got the same concerns as Derek.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I can't imagine caring that much about my anus matching. I think mine matches pretty well anyway. I'm so fair-skinned to begin with that I'm so incredibly Caucasian. It's like chronic case of Caucasianness or whatever.
Yeah. Sorry, sir. You've got the whites.
Yeah, I don't think. On Liberty, he says it doesn't burn.
I gotta get some water while we still have a minute.
Okay.
I'm in my underwear, by the way.
Go get it.
Check it out.
We'll carry the show if we have to while you're gone.
All right, fine.
Are you able to cue us back into the network?
Well, we're in.
Raiding a marijuana farm.
Oh, you turned on the audio for us, so we'll see.
What's the problem, officer?
Hey, many outlaws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Badavi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
Yeah, what kind of underwear are you wearing? I've got bananas on. They are boxer briefs. I'm going to show them for the people watching at home on the cam. Check it out. Yeah, full turn.
This can be your thing, Derek. I'm not going to do it.
Come on, Dale.
It's nothing. It's Derek. This is your thing. I don't wear fancy underwear. It's the same underwear every time. It might be a different color.
It's
not exciting.
Underwear.
Jason,
you want to show your underwear, Jason?
No, mine are boring. They're also boxed.
Show us your underwear.
They don't have any bananas on them.
I know. Well, you too can get banana underwear. It's not hard to find good underwear. Are you guys crazy? Don't you? I mean, look, you both dress very well.
Derek,
So
I don't know.
care about what's underneath as well.
Honestly, because I'm not getting laid enough.
I care that it's comfortable, so I've got underwear on that I feel is very comfortable, and it doesn't feel like a chastity device. I don't like the tighty whities anymore. I used to wear those.
Yeah.
Chastity, they press your junk up against you really tight. It's horrible.
That room is asking for it, Dale. Don't you want to?
No, they really don't. I've done it last 2 shows. It's the same. It's boring.
Fine.
Yeah.
I want to turn to what I was talking about before. Some safe for YouTube weirdo porn. Check this out. I was watching this earlier. So this is how it starts. You can hear what's kind of annoying is that they've got like the TV on in the background. I hate that. Even during like amateur.
All sliced up and really smooth, and he's got a nice chest. And
he's gonna oil him up first.
Yeah.
And he's like an Asian guy, but check out how big his dick is. You see that? He's already hard, and his dick is like sideways in some kind of like Speedo pants, wrestler pants. He's gonna rub him up, and like, look how nice his body is. Really nice.
Yeah, he's in great shape.
Yeah, and he starts out by, I guess, just like getting his muscles ready for what's about to happen, because this is still with like bare fists. So he's like sort of preparing. We're not hearing any pain. Do they have a wrestling match on in the background? Did I just hear a bell?
Oh,
Sounded like it.
maybe he played a bell.
No, they're not that theatrical in this.
It's potentially dangerous. You can actually get internal injuries like from this kind of shit.
Yeah, you could. I do recommend this for the kids at home. Although you can't get pregnant doing this.
That's true.
And I'm pretty sure you can't get any STDs this way either.
No, probably not.
So what do you think? Is this turning you on?
Jason, are you turned on?
No, this turns you on?
Yeah. It starts out kind of slow, right? Because it's just like, all right, he's just warming up. But let me feel like 5 minutes from now, and he's still doing this. And it's gotten harder. I like the moaning.
Well, I can see how the moaning would turn you on.
And like the fact that he has to tense up and endure all this pain.
This just seems extremely unpleasant.
And look how big his dick is. I mean, like,
this is potentially kind of erotic to watch. It's nice and safe to just watch it, but I wouldn't want to do this. I wouldn't want to do it in either a dominant or submissive role.
I would get punched. I would get gut punched. I've never been, but it seems kind of hot. It also seems like it would inspire me to work out more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a prerequisite.
Yeah, but it's dangerous though.
Why is it dangerous? Because you feel like he's going to get internal injuries? It looks like the guy's being pretty safe about it. And here, let me skip ahead. This is 9 minutes in. He starts like hitting him on the pectorals as well. He's getting a lot of range in here, but it's mostly just the gut.
Look how white the dude is.
Yeah, racial. It's racial.
Lil Mac from Punch Out.
Just like...
Yeah, I would prefer that it be black guys.
It is a little racist.
Why would it be? Yeah, it should be a black guy beating up a white guy.
Now, speaking of racist, I was just having a thought today. I don't know what brought it to mind, but The Toy. Do you remember that movie? And it starred Richard Pryor? And this little white kid who's really rich, his dad buys him Richard Pryor. I mean, he doesn't buy him. He hires him to play with his little white boy kid. He's basically an indentured servant. He's like a slave.
Wait, I think he just finished.
At the time, no one mentioned anything about this. I just remember back in the day.
He's down.
He's down. I wonder how he decided that that's just enough. I mean,
I thought it was going to end in like crazy jungle sex or something.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. They probably had to cut that part out.
Oh.
Do you remember The Toy with Richard Pryor? A little white boy hires this black guy to be his like playmate, and the little kid treats him like crap, just like treats him like a toy. And no one mentions, at no point is it really talked about like, wow, this is almost like it's almost symbolic of slavery days, you know? It's creepy.
Was that really I never saw this movie. I'm just looking this up online now. Jackie Gleason was in this movie from the Hunt.
Jackie Gleason was the dad, I think, and then see that little kid on the bottom right in the poster.
History Dale. Was this produced in your home state of? Where was it?
I guess I was in like high school at the time, early high school.
Yeah, 1982.
This is a classic, dude. The toy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems weird. All right. Butt waxing party. We're back to that topic.
What do we want to do? Do we want to make this happen, or is it like not going to happen by Liberty Forum? Is it too much to do?
If it were going to happen, I think it should be at a real salon with professional waxers. And we ask them, can we bring a camera in? They're going to say yes. And then we make a little quick YouTube video out of people like me, Marcel, you, and whoever else. Maybe
I want at least one straight dude, though.
Rich Paul said he wants to do it.
That's right. Rich Paul said he would do it. So, what do you think? Are we willing to like chip in and pay for it if he'll do it?
Yeah.
For like, I'll chip in. It'll be part of the video. You know, I'll pay. You know, we can pay for our own butt waxings otherwise. But
I bet Rich Paul has a hairy ass.
Yeah.
I bet he does too. I don't know for sure. I haven't really seen Rich Paul like to know how hairy he is. So I don't know. I mean, you kind of assume that when someone grows a beard, but that doesn't make any sense because almost anyone can grow a beard. That doesn't mean you're hairy.
Yeah, mine's not like as beardy as his though.
Like because you can grow a fine beard. Yours is fine, but you're not a hairy guy.
No, not at all.
So
Jason, any gay experiences in your life?
Let's see. Well, I was a theater major.
He did one time wear a belt and a pair of shoes that matched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had to kiss a guy for a theater game of Truth and Dare, or Spin the Bottle.
That's hot. Did you like it?
No, it was horrible. He was like not shaven, and it was all rough and shit. It was not. I don't understand the attraction.
I like stubble.
Shaven face.
Yeah, no, I like stubble though. Like,
I didn't understand that at first either, and then all of a sudden I liked it. It was a weird thing.
It was like, wait, this is going to be bad, and then actually that's kind of nice.
It was distracting. That's the only thing I remember from the encounter.
Was it stubble or was it like a few weeks of growth?
No, it was stubble, like a few days.
Oh, that's hot. See, that's nice. That's
I don't like to, once it's soft, I'm like shave it, and then let it grow in enough to be scratchy.
Yeah.
That's my attitude about that. Like, let it grow enough to be scratchy. As soon as you let it grow enough that it starts to get soft, then I'm like, no, shave it.
Isn't that weird how like kissing and stuff, it's not really that sexual, but you can tell that you do or don't like it. Like I don't want to kiss a girl.
When we get back, I want to talk about Derek's double standard about such things.
Okay, that sounds fair. And we'll talk about how octopi have sex. It's pretty weird.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Ian Freeman, one of the hosts
Ian
of Free
Freeman.
Talk Live.
No way. Yeah, do you guys want to see it? A little preview of how octopi have sex?
Sure.
Chris.
And for our chat room people and the folks that are listening live.
Is it not octopi? This says octopuses. Was I wrong?
I don't know, honestly.
I thought things that end in US.
I'm pretty sure you're right. It's octopi.
Yeah. Yeah, isn't this weird? Looks like the headline on this I fucking love science article was it's kind of a mind fuck. And you could get the joke here because looks like they're reaching into each other's brains.
But I'm not seeing the video. Show me the video, Dale. Oh.
What video? Oh, you don't see the screen?
No. Where do
I'm sorry. Let me see. There we go. Now I can see it.
Oh, do I play it on the chat thing?
No, you have like a delay if you watch it on the chat. The people who are watching on YouTube have like a 30-second delay or something.
I see it.
Yeah, oviductal gland, ovaries, siphon.
Does that mean, Jason, that you weren't seeing the gut punching either?
No, I was looking at Dale's screen.
So they actually do have like a long tentacle that has a penis on it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow, weird.
What the fuck?
See that hole right there. I thought that was like something they breathe through.
Yeah, me too.
But that's actually like a vagina right by their eyeball.
Wait, their fuck hole is right next to their eye hole?
Yeah.
Why not? I guess.
Isn't that fucked up? Also, it makes me not want to eat calamari anymore, or like make sure that all my calamari are lady octopi. I don't want to eat penis octopi tentacles.
Why not? What's wrong with that? It's probably an aphrodisiac.
No.
Not really.
I don't want to.
So that big old octopus head is like one giant ball sack.
If
or
it help-
vagina.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but
Well, look, like on the right, the mantle up at the top, but then underneath is all his like, all
if
his.
it helps you out, Derek, I'm sorry for yawning.
Or
If it helps, what was it you were calling? What's that food called?
calamari.
Calamari. Yeah, that is squid.
So it's
No.
not the same thing. Not octopus. Okay, good.
Yeah, but they're related to each other.
They're-
Don't they
I
have
don't
sex
know.
in a similar manner?
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Octopi are incredibly intelligent. They're like scary intelligent. So are crows. Like, yeah, crows. I saw a video today where a crow did like this 8-step elaborate. It had to do them in order. There were 8 different sort of like puzzles that had to solve to get to some food, and it did it just like bam, 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 bam.
How do you know that he hadn't been trying that for like 3
Well,
days?
what they said was that he had been presented each of the puzzles individually and figured them out. But he figured out the order to do them in order to get to the food, and he did it almost correctly right away, right from the start, 1 through 8.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Octopi. I saw a video recently of one that was caught by some fishermen, and they left him on the boat. And you know how boats have those drain holes for if it starts filling up with water and stuff, just to let some water fall out. The octopus stuck its arm into the drain hole because it was like, oh, water is this way, and squeezed the rest of its body, including that huge brain part, like goopy soup, nasty.
It has one hard part of its body. It has a beak, and as long as that fits through the hole, an octopus can get through any hole. From what I heard, and that's what the guy on the boat said. And the other guys didn't believe him. They're like, "Nah, man, he can't get through that space." And sure enough, he worked his way through it like one tentacle at a time, and then squeezed the rest of himself through and fell into the water and swam away.
Oh, we're back. Hey, we're back. It's Flaming Freedom. We're talking about how do octopi have sex. And they can do some other weird shit, too. If you want to know about what we're talking about during the breaks, you can join us at flamingfreedom.com/live. There's a chat room built into that area, and we're all chatting there, signed in. So here's a screenshot I want to share with you of what it looks like when octopi mate. Here we've got a male on the right and a female on the left, and the male is reaching one of his tentacles that has like a penis on the end into the brain beside the eyes of a female octopus and reaching up in there and sort of tickling in the back of the brain there. That's apparently where the ovary
is. I'm not sure where
what's
is
the
their
brain in one of the other tentacles?
Well, I imagine almost everything is in that big bulbous part, right? The tentacles are everything else. So, like, I mean, the reproductive organs are there, but so is pretty much everything else that's not a tentacle, right? I guess.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and so it looks like the male has the same sort of slit. So I would imagine that, I don't know if it feels good or not, but they could probably have gay sex too.
They do have a slit. Why does the male have that slit? Well, then, same reason why human males have nipples, I guess.
Maybe he like masturbates himself through that hole.
Oh yeah, I never thought about that. Maybe that's what they do with some of their tentacles.
It'd be kind of like stroking his balls. 'Cause that's his balls.
Yeah, those are they label the testes as well. It occurs to me that this could be true for female octopi too. They don't need to do scissoring, although I guess they could. They probably got slits on both sides. So it's like, let's just fill up all the slits here. They could do double penetration. Pretty
Seems
easy.
like they do from my recollection of seeing Octopus video. It seems like they have the holes on both sides. I was on a fishing boat where they caught an octopus.
Ew.
Yeah, we went fishing.
Throw it back over?
I think I can't.
You
I
eat
think
that
they,
shit.
yeah,
It's
I think
tasty.
I think they ended up throwing it back in.
Fishing. Leave that to the straight people, Dale.
There's talk of like cutting it up for bait,
All right. Well, on this topic of gays and mating, check this out. I saw this video, or rather an article at I Fucking Love Science, iflscience.com. Has some good stuff occasionally. 2 father babies could soon be possible with no egg donor required.
Right. Genetically, they would both be parents. So one of them would technically be the mother, right? Whichever one you use, because they take it. What they do is they take a stem cell and they have it transform into a zygote or something like that. Somehow they do that, and so you end up with an egg that has the genetic material of one of the fathers, and then that would be the mother technically, because it would also be where the mitochondrial DNA comes from. You get slightly more DNA from your mom, a very, very tiny amount. That's the mitochondrial DNA. It's the non-nucleal DNA. And then you fertilize that with the sperm from the other dad, and they'd have a baby. What?
Do they have to take the X chromosome from the bottom?
I don't know. I guess you have to decide that. But you do have to be cautious that you don't combine two XYs, because that would be that could be problematic. You'd have to like wean those out. You would not want that can't happen with a man and a woman, right? You can't get two XYs. Or you can. It does happen actually, but it's rare.
My sister worked at a fertility clinic, and she used to have to produce like 40 babies and then literally just throw 30 or so of them out. They just put them in the trash. That's ridiculous. Because at the time, I think George Bush was the fascist in chief, and he decided that they weren't allowed to do any sorts of experiments with stem cells, and stem cell researching at the time was like prohibited. So the
which, by the way, most stem cells are not coming from fetuses. Like we have stem cells even as adults, and most of the really impressive research is coming from stem cells you get from adults.
Yeah,
here is a stem cell from an adult. But there's no fetus involved.
It's just politics. And
yeah.
I didn't understand. Like, people who vote wanted to control what scientists do, and most voters are not as smart as scientists, so they were making bad choices. Anyway, don't you love this stock photo that they used for the article? Check out what gay parents look like. It's like black and white over a sunset at the ocean, and two men are holding some child's hand. I can see this like really upsetting some people, but they tried to go with as soft and generic a photo as possible for this.
They're both looking down at the kid. That makes it look kind of, I don't know, there's something weird about that. And as opposed to just kind of walking with the kid and looking where they're going.
They should have used this photo.
Right? I don't know.
It's not a very gay hat either.
Right, he looks like Indiana Jones' brother. So yeah, it's not very cool. I mean, I want a gaby. I would do this with the lover. I would decide, like, if I could have, because that was part of the reason I didn't want to have a kid, is that I would have to do it through a woman. Like, we would have to choose one of us would be the real dad, and then we would have a woman be the other legitimate biological parent, and that just is a turnoff. Like, I don't want to mate with a woman.
As much as you insist that there wouldn't be any awkwardness, there would. Like, one of you would always know that's not my real child, that's, you know, his child. And then if there was ever a separation or something, you would not feel the non-biological parent would probably have trouble having continued access and all this stuff. I mean, I just think there's a lot of potential problems with it. If you're going to go that route, I think you just adopt, you know?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Vaginas are kind of hot.
Oh, yeah.
Vaginas are kind of hot, yeah.
I forgot that I have some of these drops. I should start playing with some of these.
There's a potential drop on Puke in the Gang when I was on last, where I talked about sticking my hand in the furry pocket and how good it felt. And I don't know if anyone ever made a drop out of that. Like, I almost said that specifically to get someone could make a drop of it. But I was talking about petting my cat. You know when your cat like curls up and that space on the inside of her curling up is like the soft skin, like loose skin or whatever, and it's soft, and you stick your fingers down in there in that crevice that she makes, you know.
What?
And what are you talking about? You don't know what I'm talking about?
They don't let me touch them.
Pull up a picture of a sleeping cat so we know what you're talking about.
Well, you know, they curl up. When a cat curls up,
yeah,
there's that wrinkle right in the center of them where their body is like
the cat
bent.
hole.
And you stick your fingers down in there, and you massage her, and it's like soft and loose skin, and it feels really good.
Dale has a very special relationship with his cat.
My cat loves her tummy rubbed. A lot of cats don't like that. You know, they'll bite you or scratch you. My cat she can't get it.
Young to become a cat lady. You've announced on this show that you're giving up on dating and sex, and now you're following your true passions of D&D and your cat.
Yes.
This is an intervention, okay? You thought this was Flaming Freedom, but really we're having an intervention for your cat relationship.
You need a good ass waxing.
I guess. Yeah. Will that get me a date if I wax my ass? Will that give me a date, you think?
Yeah. That and some banana underpants.
All right, banana underpants, butt waxing. I will be getting laid in no time. I see how it goes. All right.
But you switched. You went from bottom to top. Maybe that was the issue. Go back to bottom.
You did? You switched?
For some time. I mean, I haven't been able to get excited about having large things crammed into my butthole for quite a while. I don't know.
I want to watch some videos of large things being crammed up into buttholes.
Oh no!
Oh yeah, we gotta show that video to. Yeah, we gotta show that to Jason. I have to remember the link to it. Oh dear, where did I put the link last?
Yeah, I have it memorized.
Yeah. Okay.
For that, go find that. Meanwhile, I've got some drama that I want to unleash on the Flaming Freedom people because everyone who's listening needs to know. I left this group, Homotarians, which I was a part of founding. I was the second member of Homotarians, the LGBT Liberty Alliance, which you can find on Facebook. I used to be a part of it. Looks like we still got some co-hosts. Neil Connor, Lauren Smith, and Nicholas Shankin are all still members in this group. I can only see who members are because this is a private group, not public like Gaynarchists is, where you can see all posts. You don't have to be a member.
Oh.
And the cool part of Gaynarchists is you don't have to be gay, but you do have to be an anarchist, and you will become an admin. You can control it.
Are you a political activist?
Yeah. So what's the deal with that? I don't know. I don't think I explained it very well.
I don't know. I'm not clear on all that stuff because I just joined. I didn't really check it out that closely. So.
But I care because I'm like, I want everyone to be an admin. What the hell is the point of being an anarchist if you don't have ultimate control over what's going on? If you don't have the power? No one why would you just be I'm just some member of a group? You should all be the king. Well, everyone's the king. Isn't that what anarchy is?
Sure. Yep.
Okay. So
Justin Jazuski asked to join.
Justin Jazuski, he's cool. He's a gaynarchist out in Illinois area, like Chicago, and he does videos. He does movies. He's a video editor.
Cool. I just approved him.
Cool. Yeah, I'm actually streaming, or whatever it's called, where you host something, seeding, I guess, a BitTorrent of a movie he made called, I don't know, like Machines of History or something. It's one of the greatest movies of 2015 or 2014. I forget what year it came out. Anyway, it's a good movie. You should check it out. He's one of these right anarchists, though, which I wasn't sure, like, how divisive. Like, how narrow do you want a group to be before it's just you?
Right. Well, that's my concern. That was my concern with saying it had to be anarchists, and you weren't going to accept, like, extremely small government-minded libertarians.
No, fuck no, because that's what LGBT Liberty Alliance was about. That's the split that we had, was like, oh, shouldn't we allow minarchists? And I'm like, no, I don't want any of that. Like, oh, maybe we need government crap. I want to meet people who are way past that, because those are the cool people.
All right. I guess I understand your point of view in the sense that there already are groups like that, but I want to be in those groups too, because you don't get more anarchists without talking to minarchists.
It's true.
You know, I was a minarchist for a long time, so the reason I became an anarchist eventually is because anarchists were willing to talk to me.
I want to be clear. I'm not telling anyone to leave the other groups. I left because I had beef, but everyone can stay in whatever group they want. I'm just providing another group that is more exclusive.
I understand. Like you said, there are groups already that are...
It's more exclusive and more empowering, because once you're a member, you're an admin.
Right, which could become a disaster at some point. We'll see, but...
disaster, and I look forward to seeing what that looks like. So here's I'm going to make Justin an admin right now.
FM.
The Rebel Love Show is some of the most compelling content I've heard to this day. They make me think. They really make me question.
Why does Brian
the
Hagen's
values
audio
that
sound
I
like
have been
crap?
taught as I have grown up in this mean, mistreating world. Plus, I really love the cooking segments.
If you want to know what life
I think I found the link to that video.
is, the Rebel Love Show
We have
is the
2 new
premier
members
choice.
now.
The Rebel Love Show is the Dogecoin of Liberty Podcast.
Rebel Love Show is a good show, and it's liked by all the young people who like sex with strangers and have lots of body hair.
I don't usually listen to Liberty Podcasts, but when I do, I tune into the Rebel Love Show. The smooth baritone voice of Rob Mathias just does it for me. And I find that shower dude oh so charming. So if you're like me and want to keep a finger on the pulse of the Free State Project without actually moving to New Hampshire or spending 16 hours a day in Facebook groups, check out the Rebel Love Show at rebelloveshow.com. That's rebelloveshow.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network via our email
Okay,
updates
we are coming
at
back. Do you have that
updates.lrn.fm.
video, Dale?
That's update.
Not quite. I thought I did. I'm still finding it.
Yeah, so talking about beef being more exclusive, it makes a person like I don't know. I don't feel very lonely, but I do like being very exclusive and alone. Like fuck everyone who wants to love government. I got no time for that. And if people want to love government, that's good for them. They can be in their own groups, but I don't want to be a part of that. Dale was saying like how nice it is to mingle with those kinds of people and put some ideas like, oh hey, maybe we don't need the government to take over the internet and our assholes and everything else. But
I'm not saying it's nice. I'm just saying it's a necessary thing if we want to make progress and actually reach people who aren't there yet.
I don't know. I feel like the progress is made in just doing you and living. Like I don't want to be a proselytizer for liberty anymore. Like I hate that. It's like I was a Bible thumper when I was a Christian. And
I don't believe in being a Bible thumper. There's a big difference between being preachy and just having conversations with people, having a rational conversation with people. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's.
I don't want to be a Bible thumper. I don't want to be preachy, and I don't want to. I certainly want to tell people they're evil and all that stuff. In fact, I wrote a whole article about trying to not be preachy, and not telling people they're evil because they believe differently than you and things like that. I wrote an article called "Libertarians a little less douche," and that's kind of the whole point of the article. Is it's not very effective to just tell people they're evil because they don't believe the same things that you believe and stuff.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time because remember that guy that you were like, oh, he could be the one. You should just deal with his minor love of government because he's got a horse dick and he loves economic freedom. He's black. So these are like 3 out of 4 great things, and that ain't bad. And that's true, but so today he posted something about like, oh, I love Senator so-and-so on his Facebook page. I was like, oh man, why do you love the senator? So I like did a quick Google search of like, who is this woman? And I Google searched this senator's name and Ron Paul because I knew that if I put Ron Paul with her name, I was going to find someone who would say like, oh, and this senator for hating freedom, and here's where she says send everyone to FEMA camps. And sure enough, that's exactly what I found. She voted for the Patriot Act. She voted for internment of Americans. She voted to have NDAA, and the CIA doesn't need to disclose what's going on in Guantanamo, and extradition, torture overseas is just fine. But I posted this record, this horrible voting record, as a reply to his Facebook post, being like, "Womp, here's this senator that you love so much, and here's her record." And he was like, "Well, she said some nice things about Obama's executive order regarding immigration today." I'm like, "That's it? That's why you love the senator? That's so weak." So I'm going back and forth with this love of like, how much can you accept a person in a relationship if they hold on to the idea of government? It bothers the hell out of me because, like, I'm either going to have to put up with it or never have a deep, intimate relationship. Like, do I have to choose?
I feel like it's easier with women. I've been dating a lot through, like, the interwebs, and I generally date, muggles, as I call them, And most of the time when it comes to politics, they're like, I don't give a shit. I don't vote. I don't think about that kind of stuff. and I'm like, when that happens,
That's
I'm like,
great. She has no strong opinions.
Oh, thank goodness, she has no strong opinions.
See,
like,
yeah, that's how I am. If they don't feel strongly about politics, then to me that's like, okay, as long as they're not like constantly talking about politics,
Yeah.
and I have to be in this position of either biting my tongue or contradicting them, that's too much friction. But if they don't really have very strong opinions, I feel like I can deal with that.
Unless they don't have strong opinions, but they're still opinionated about like voting because of one topic. I ran into this like a couple months ago.
Oh God, that's strong. That's a strong opinion.
She's
though.
like, I'm not.
I'm gonna always vote pro-choice, and
yeah, she was like, I'm not into politics and I don't pay attention to that stuff. But how could you not vote for somebody who's gonna protect women's rights to choose? And it's like, oh, okay.
Because of 184 other reasons.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Are you on Tinder right now?
Not right now, but I was before the show. I was Tindering. There's a lot more here in Manchester than out at the seacoast.
Is that where you're living right now, in the seacoast?
Yeah, I'm in Lee, one of the many podunk in between podunk cities in New Hampshire. I love it. Lee's great. I live on a giant farm in a farmhouse.
So tell us what it's like being straight.
He has to deal with women. Oh my God.
Yeah, I do have to.
Dude.
I don't know. It's just what it is, there's a lot less hair involved, I feel like.
There's more hair. They have longer hair, and it always gets in the sink in the bathroom and all over the bottom of the shower. Are you kidding me?
That's true.
Actually, that's the thing. Long hair, when you're talking about the shower and blocking the drain and things like that, that's really long hair that does that. Body hair is not going to do that. If you have long hair on your head, well, hopefully on your head is where it's coming from. That's what clogs the drain. It doesn't go down easily. Short hairs just go right down the drain.
No bullshit in the chat says, and in general, women are a nuisance. They bitch a lot. Is that true? Straight man?
I don't know. I mean, it's been so long since I've been in like a relationship with a woman, so I'm just doing these one-off dates or dating for a couple
He's probably
weeks.
afraid to be too honest right now.
No, I guess
you'll ruin all your chances of getting more pussy.
I like listening to people bitch though. I enjoy it. It's very honest.
That's
what's your last date?
Right?
Tell me about your last date.
I mean, not about me, but like about other people. I love judging people.
This guy in chat said women in general, women are a nuisance. They bitch a lot.
Yeah, like listening to the show. I just said that.
Yeah, I heard you say that. I didn't know you were repeating it from someone in the chat.
Yes. So,
okay.
Tell us about your last date, Jason. Where did you take the fine lady?
Where did I find her?
No, where did you take the fine lady?
Oh, let's see. The last date, what did we do?
Maybe she took him somewhere. Did she pick you up and take you somewhere?
Oh, yeah, heteronormative of you.
Yeah, right.
Well, we had a quick drink one night. It was snowing and we walked. We were in Portsmouth. But our real date before that, we went and grabbed a bite to eat at the Coda Arms in Portsmouth, and it just happened to be trivia night. So we formed our own little trivia team of 2.
Cool.
Yeah, it was very charming. She was very cute.
Is the stereotype true that the man always has to pay, or is it are women breaking through that glass ceiling and finally ponying up some cash for their dates?
No, I feel like that's really a stereotype nowadays. I every now and then you'll encounter someone who's a little more superficial, and you can tell that like that's a thing for them. But I feel like I'm a pretty good judge of character, and I don't go out on a date until I've talked with someone and have a good vibe about them. And generally, like, I'm still kind of a bit of an old-fashioned guy. I open the door and everything, and I kind of test the woman. So I'll make the gesture to pay, and I'll if they like are like, yeah, pay, I'll well shit, I carry through and I pay for it. But way more often than not, they're like, no, let's split this. And so
okay.
Talk about that beforehand.
But hold on. My understanding is This, from what I've heard, women do that. Like they feel like they're supposed to offer to split, and then you're supposed to insist on paying.
I'll gently insist. It depends on the woman, and it depends on how it goes. I mean, sometimes they get really upset if you like insist on paying, and like they get weird about it. And then a couple times,
you feel like they're afraid that you're gonna think that they owe you something for that.
There's so much friggin' subtext going on here. Like.
Right.
It's hard to tell, and every time it's really different. You're
I don't miss that at all.
You know, now are they judging me? Do they think I'm trying to wine and dine them so that I can lay them later?
Yeah.
You know, or do they generally appreciate it?
And here's another question that's how many dates on average does it take before you actually get to the sex?
It depends on how close the connection is.
Well, I'm saying on average. You've dated a lot of women now over your life. On average, how often would you say? What's a typical? What would you say is like on average about when you expect sex to happen and when you're dating a woman?
It varies. It varies a lot. I
know that sometimes you've probably gotten sex right away, and other times it's taken. You've gone on a lot of dates. That's why I'm asking for sort of an average. Like think of the two extremes, and what seems to be kind of in the middle.
In my personal experience, I can probably like starting at 3 to 5.
Okay,
but
that's not
I've
horrible.
I've done better than that too.
How often is it on the first date?
I'm not into that. That kind of creeps me out.
No, you're doing it wrong. Hey, we're talking to a straight guy. What's it like to be straight? Maybe you know. You can Skype us. Flaming.Freedom.
Hi, I'm Derek J.
Hey, that's
I
me.
don't apologize to represent me.
Is that an X-Acto knife?
Government is the idea that one group of people.
This is not sexy at all.
Disgusting.
But there's an exact. Is that an X-Acto? No, it's a dildo. Oh no. Okay, never mind. I thought it was an X-Acto knife. I'm sorry.
You guys are talking over my very important ad. This is my movie.
Services are a form
I'm gonna mute you.
provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail.
Oh, okay. Well, so all right. What are you guys talking about? What are you looking at? That's so freaky.
I was trying to find freaky porn. I was trying to find that freaky porn.
Some fat guy with an X-Acto blade playing with his penis.
It turned out to be a little dildo, a little vibrator. It wasn't an X-Acto thing. So. There's a guy here's a twink with an enormous scrotum. Hold on.
Ah. Oh God, that is not natural.
I think he's injected some fluid into his scrotum.
You gotta share with me somehow, Dale. That's not on YouTube.
Do that. I can do that. Well, no, I can't. It's on. We're on Google Plus. I can't. I can link it to you.
Oh God, this is horrible.
I'll put it in the chat. I'm gonna link it in the chat. I gotta make sure that is he on cam? Okay. Jason's on cam. I'm linking the chat. God? It's a cute guy, but for some reason his scrotum is the size of a large grapefruit.
That's not healthy.
It can't be healthy. This cannot be healthy.
Jason, women won't love you if you don't inject fluid into your scrotum, so you better just get...
Your girlfriend, she's super hot. She's like your dream date, but she wants you to do that, Jason. What do you think?
Is it reversible?
I think we need to full screen this. There we go.
That is fake. That is not real.
No, he injected something into his scrotum. That is his scrotum.
Where are you sending this right now?
I put it in the chat. I linked it in the chat.
That is a prosthetic scrotum.
No, it's totally injected.
It looks like a punching bag from this side. Ugh.
You know what? I wouldn't do that to myself, but I would have sex with this guy. That's okay. I mean,
I'm not seeing it in the chat window.
He's got a nice butt. He's got a really nice butt, actually, and he's cute. I'd do him.
I feel like something terrible is gonna happen.
It could burst, or you know, too much pressure on it, and it just bursts like a big water balloon.
Is he gonna
he's fisting
that,
himself now. He's fisting himself. This guy's got toys out all over the place. This guy You know, it always blows my mind a little bit. Some guys who get this freaky at this young.
Why? I was pretty young.
To take a while. I don't know. I mean, I got a little bit freaky in my like mid-20s, but
yeah. Oh, how young is he?
Well, no, you know, the thing is, I didn't get freaky at all. This is what I'm realizing now that the internet has grown so much, is that what I thought was freaky then is nothing. Nothing. Oh, I'm hearing noises. There's noises. Okay, there's some noises.
No, this is disgusting. Do you actually masturbate to this kind of shit?
I would not this, no. Oh dear, he's getting some prolapse going on here.
Wow, look at that package. Holy shit. And you can tell that he's into some freaky stuff because of the boots he's wearing. He's got those goth boots, those Doc Martens.
Are you just now seeing the beginning of the video now?
Yeah, I'm watching this now. My first saline infusion. He's really got this down. Like, he's taking it off real sexy and everything. He's wearing a thong. He must be doing this for some dom.
Oh,
I wonder.
Holy shit!
Yeah, right?
Derek just finally saw the scrotum. Have you checked the LRN? Are we back here?
It's as big as his ass.
I need a booster shot. I need my booster shot.
I'm
gonna be right back. I need my booster.
You've got 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll leave this playing for Jason.
No. Oh, God.
I gotta see more. Look away.
Now he's riding some sort of giant rubber dildo.
Wow. His dick is pretty big, too. You think it makes his dick bigger?
It looks like the whole organ is...
So he's got like a... he's got a piercing in there, like maybe a Prince Albert or something. He's also got a cock ring. Look how young he is. My God. Do you think...
I couldn't see Prince Albert.
What? You barely see it, though. It's... I think... Yeah, it's definitely there.
No, I'm like several minutes ahead of you in the video.
Okay, well, anyway... Wow. That looks really painful. I can't imagine that's pleasant.
It like gives me the willies.
He is cute though. Except for that, would you be able to have sex with a guy like that?
Me?
No, you can't because you're not gay. Never mind. I don't think I would. If I showed up to a guy's house and he was like, "Oh, hey, by the way, I'm into a saline injection and my dick is huge because I inject it with whatever," I'd be like, "Okay, I'll try and get into it." Maybe I would blow him out of curiosity. But this is so... No, I'm not liking it. Is he getting hard? I mean, I can't even really tell if he's hard or not.
I don't know. Now he's just riding some sort of...
Alright, let me skip ahead to where you are. How many minutes in are you?
I can't see. It's on Dale's computer. It looks like it's a little before half.
Okay.
I'm not seeing it in the chat.
Oh! No, it is in the chat.
Really? It's not showing up on my computer.
He's got in his ass right now. Is that just a huge anal bead? He's got it all the way in. I mean, how are you going to get that out, man?
Is he facing you?
Derek's behind.
Oh, damn! Okay. He just had, like, some huge anal bead. He's got a bucket of lube. It's not even just like, oh, I'm going to lube up a little bit.
You need it for that size of whatever. By the way, Jason, you just need to suck it up because, look, we are committed to entertainment for our listeners. We did the lesbian porn Viagra Boner Challenge where we watched lesbian porn.
Sounds great.
For 2 hours.
Really?
On our feet with no underwear on.
Did it really take 2 hours?
We spent 2 hours watching lesbian porn.
Wait, can you not get a boner from that? It was pretty horrible.
I don't know how you after taking a Viagra, I don't know how you did not get a boner. It doesn't matter what you're watching. We could have been watching cartoons. We could have been watching National Geographic documentaries.
That would be better than what we saw, frankly.
Oh
it was so horrifying what we watched. Thanks to Luther, who was our porn jockey. He did a fantastic job, I guess you could say. And he showed us
squirts. Remember?
Yeah, the squirts was the word.
Wait, are we back on the air yet?
No.
Should we tell our listeners who are listening live what the squirts were?
Yeah.
A lot of people ask us that when they're watching.
Oh my God! Yep. The dildo he's using right now is huge.
Yeah. What the fuck? You skipped ahead to that anal bead thing, which
It's
we're
almost
just
time to
seeing
be
now.
back. We're almost back.
We're back. We're back. This is Flaming Freedom, and we are watching porn. It is really freaky, not very sexy porn, but we're going to link to it in the show notes so that you can see what we are being horrified by. There's this young twink, and he's got a saline injection. His scrotum is huge. It's like the size of a cantaloupe, and he's sitting on this dildo that's several feet long.
I don't even care about the porn. I'm just enjoying the heck out of Jason's reaction to it.
It's horrible.
You gotta see Jason. You gotta let Jason's image show up on the video reaction to this thing. I think he's still gonna have a connection bit.
To me, the fact that this young twink is has been able to train his body to take this stuff. So it's such a.
Yeah.
I was not able to do this. I don't think I can do this right now. I mean, forget about it. Look at the size.
It's shrunken a little bit. Now it's like the size of a grapefruit or something.
And he starts out, to your point about last week, Dale, where you were like, oh, a lot of straight guys think that if you, he's taking poppers. That's the key. You see?
Oh yeah, that helps a lot. I hear. I don't know. I don't know from firsthand experience.
What are poppers?
What are poppers, dude?
I don't even know how much I love it.
Poppers are a thing from like the 70s that everyone was doing during sex, especially gay men, because it makes your body sort of numb to things and tingly, and it makes gay sex a lot easier. Holy shit! Several feet on this dildo that he's got. I mean, this is a replica of a horse
dildo. Now he's doing what the hell? We're ahead of him. We're a few.
He skipped ahead.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Now he's doing some kind of tentacle dildo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It
totally looks like an octopus tentacle. It's like 3-4 feet long. 3 feet long, maybe.
How is this even physically possible?
Oh, I really don't like that when they like shit out a dildo. That doesn't.
He pooped out a ball. He put a ball that was like the size of a softball, almost.
Ew.
Like in between the size of a softball and a baseball. He shoved it up his ass, and then he pooped it out. And Jason just loved it. You can tell from his reaction that he's just loving it.
This is horrible.
This is the kind of stuff we had to watch, but with women.
No.
Yeah. Women do this sort of thing.
You know what? People
I
are
want to watch a woman put a ball that large up anything.
Maybe that's why it took us so long to get hard, Dale.
Now, see, this is not erotic to me. It's just I do have a morbid fascination with it. That has nothing to do with eroticism. I'm just kind of morbidly fascinated with what this guy's able to do.
Well, you guys were you had another video you were gonna show me. It wasn't this one.
No, I just happened upon this one just now. There's the other one. I'm trying to find the other one, and it's a lot worse than this.
Oh man.
But Derek, can you remember? Like, I chatted with you, and I put the link. Do you remember? Can you find that chat? And you didn't want to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking for it, and I haven't been able to find it.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably find it. Anyway, I'm enjoying watching this guy because he's got such a variety of things. And first of all, like, if you're going to be this into sticking things up your ass, it looks like he has a room dedicated to just this venture.
It does. He's got like a black mat out and all these toys around, and
he's got at least 5 dildos around, and they're all a size that I couldn't take. And it looks like he's got some toilet paper behind him, which is probably a good idea. But he looks, I guess he's pretty clean thoroughly. It's so weird what will happen to an asshole when you stick huge things in it. Like, it's sort of got layers that I've never seen before. Like, normally I think of it as one tube.
I do not want to see those layers in my asshole. That's for damn sure.
Fuck no. Can you imagine what it's gonna look like years from now? Like when he's actually.
I want to develop. I don't.
Oh my. So he's sort of stretching it out. This is like you were telling me about this guy Goatsy before, who I had never really heard about.
Tasting it. Why would you do that?
I think he just
unsanitary.
tasted something that came out of his ass.
That's disgusting.
Yes. No, he wipes his ass with his hand and then licks it. For whoever's watching is gonna find that sexy. I don't find that sexy at all. Oh, now he's jerking himself off too with a dildo and this huge scrotum. I can't even tell if he's hard or not. He's so like filled with that fluid stuff.
He's really not. He's not. I don't think he is hard.
What did he just do? Poop in that jar?
No, he sat on a dildo on that thing.
Turn this off. This is horrible.
No. Why would you say that?
For your own good, Jason. You're going to learn how to be gay today.
We're expanding your horizons, Jason.
This is what would happen if you guys were in charge of sex ed at public schools.
They should totally put us in charge.
Do you see that, Jason, where he'll hold one nostril, stick up a little thing? It's like fumes. It's basically like sniffing glue.
Yeah,
but
someone got called it butyl nitrate or something.
Yeah, some kind of something nitrate. It's you inhale amyl nitrate. Is that right, amyl?
What's got up his dick, Dale? Is that a metal thing? Does he have a catheter or something? What is that? Prince Albert?
He might have a Prince Albert. I didn't see that. But yeah, poppers are just like a brief rush. They don't last very long. But I hear that they make it easier
Holy shit!
His
the load is amazing.
Inserted. What's that?
Did you guys get to his cum load? I skipped ahead a little bit, so I think I'm ahead of you now.
We're not there yet.
He's sitting on this giant smack.
Should we skip ahead?
Yeah, it's almost like he's emptying his entire scrotum from. It's not the saline solution, is it?
No, it wouldn't be. That would be. He'd have to he has to drain that.
You're right. He doesn't look.
The saline will get absorbed, I hear, into your body over a very long time. So over hours or a day or whatever, his scrotum will eventually shrink.
Could you imagine going to a dance club with one of these enlarged scrotums? You'd be the most popular guy on the dance floor.
Oh, right.
It'd be painful though, all that bumping and grinding.
He is pierced. He does. It looks like he's got a Prince Albert.
Yeah, but he's uncut, so it's sort of hidden. Hey, speaking of being uncut, did you hear this week that little boy Chase? This is horrible to talk about a 5-year-old right after this video, but there is a 5-year-old in Florida whose dad was intent on cutting his penis, and he is very serious about this. He really
At 5 years old?
Yeah, and the kid doesn't want it.
Yeah, the kid is self-aware. He knows about his body and doesn't really want his penis to be cut, but the mother is protesting. She signed an agreement. These parents are not married, but they did have an agreement about how they would raise their son. And part of that agreement, when he was 1 year old, was that she agreed he would be circumcised. But she researched it and decided, no, I'd rather not have my son be circumcised. I don't think that's really medically necessary, and it could actually do him harm. So instead, a group of protesters picked up the mantle and protested outside of the doctor's office in Florida. And it was canceled this week. A court-appointed circumcision was canceled by the doctor due to public pressure. I don't know if it's going to be just postponed or what, but I see this as a huge victory for this young man who...
That is good to hear. I just hope it sticks.
That's
because
great.
that's just appalling. That this kid is old enough now to know what's going on, and he doesn't want it. His mom doesn't want it. His dad is... I didn't know it was his dad. I knew someone was trying to push it on him. I knew there was a court involved. And it's appalling.
Yeah, so we've got the news here.
Totally okay with guys, not with girls, but it's okay with guys.
Oh, it's something that people insist upon too with guys. They're like, "You're crazy if you don't want this." I mean, think about all the I posted this on my Facebook wall, and some old lady was like, "Yeah, but when he's 70 to 90 years old, he's going to need a dorsal slit, and that could be very painful." I'm like, "Oh yes, okay." So,
then, in the meantime, he's young, and you want to cut off a huge chunk of the nerves that are in his sexual organ.
Why does he not need a dorsal slit till he's 70?
It's for a condition called phimosis, which is where a person who is uncut cannot retract their foreskin. But that only happens if you're not masturbating enough. If you retract your foreskin every day, that ain't gonna happen. So masturbate, kids. It's healthy for you.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
I knew someone that had that problem, actually.
Are you uncut, Jason?
Yeah.
Yeah, masturbate more. It's good for you. Porn like this will help you out. What porn are you watching? You can send us your links in the chat room at flamingfreedom.com/live.
Derek, find that link. I really want to show that to Jason. I want to educate him and expand his horizons.
Okay, why is it my responsibility? I thought you were going to jump.
I can't. I tried to find. I linked it to you and Neil, and I looked in the. And let's see, with Neil Connor and Derek Freeman, and I couldn't find it.
No, I don't think it was to me and Neil. I think it was to me and Lauren.
I could swear Neil was in there too. All right, so Derek and Lauren. Yeah. Oh, here's Derek, Neil, and Lauren.
That's the one then.
Well, but I think I looked in there already.
But sex.
That was a horrible video.
Yeah, that was.
That was not bad. Wait till you see this one.
Yeah.
Like, what if he trips and like hits? Like, can that thing pop?
Can what pop? His scrotum?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's probably unlikely, honestly.
Like, do you have to work it up to that? Is it like stretching out a rubber band? You got to slowly get it. Like, I couldn't just pump my scrotum up that large like right now.
But there were no wrinkles in it, so maybe like scrotums are generally wrinkly. So maybe if you, I don't know, maybe they inflate. Maybe it'll be all right. Delbert Lauren Smith. I think this was it. I think it was you, me, and Lauren. Oh, I'll put some ads back on so we know.
Up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to you. LRN.fm to follow our Facebook page and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
Shiny badges on your jacket. Shiny badges.
This is Davi Barker from ShinyBadges.com, and I just want to personally apologize for airing a jingle week after week, month after month, that turned out to be such an infectious brainworm. So to make it up to you, I'm offering a free gift. The next time you make a purchase at ShinyBadges.com, write worms in the transaction comments, and I'll send you something weird.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc.
Yeah.
As well as a daily 5-minute newscast.
Right? I saw it, but I can't find it anymore. I don't know where it is.
Do you know what to Google to find it?
I was not able to find it. I give up.
All right.
I surrender.
I'm disappointed.
Sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Jason.
Why don't you find it now with a Google search, Dale, instead of looking through the history of meta?
What do I search for? You saw it too. What do you suggest I search for?
Huge dildo in the ass.
Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
Jason, we talk a lot about fetishes on this show. I shared one of mine. It's not every day, but I'm into some kinky, violent stuff. It's consensual, of course. But I want to know a little bit about what your life is like on the dating scene on Tinder. You, before the show, were using Tinder. I myself used Grindr. I read an article this week about what life is like without these apps. I honestly can't picture it myself. How long have you been using these dating apps?
I've been using Tinder since like August or so, or late summer, and I've been on like OkCupid and other dating sites for several years now.
And which do you find is more successful for dates?
You know,
Hey y'all, this is Rachel Starr.
it varies. I had my first good like connection with someone over Tinder those last few weeks. I generally find I'm not good at like hooking up with someone right away.
Why? I see you as a player, and I'm not just like making fun or joking around, but I could see you as someone. You're funny, you're attractive, you have a job, so you know that puts you in a good category with most people. So you could be a player. Why are you not just trying to get laid on the first date?
Because I'm like, it makes me nervous, and I don't feel like I'm very good at it. I'm really a shy theater.
Not good at what? Sex?
What's that?
Not good at what? Sex?
Oh no, just like being aggressive like that. I think I'm pretty good at sex, but then when you say that to a woman, they're like, "Yeah, that's what every guy thinks." but the people I've slept with, I'm like, again, I'm a pretty good judge of character. I don't think if they are lying to me, they're not lying that much. But you know, I don't know.
Guy I've been with. Is that the lie?
What's
You're the biggest guy I've been with.
No, I'm definitely not the biggest, but I definitely know how to throw someone around a bed.
All right. Hey, speaking of big, last week I went on the show and I tried to take the thunder out of announcing that I didn't think my dick was that big. And I said I was 5 inches, and then Dale was like, yeah, then you're on the low end of the spectrum. If you're a white guy, your dick is probably between 5 and 7 inches. So I'm like, sort of getting a little bit of like, well, I shouldn't be self-conscious about this. There's nothing I can do about the size of my penis now. I'm an adult. But then I went home and measured. I'm exactly 6 inches. So I am exactly in the average, and I'm height, weight, proportional, everything. So I felt like
you hadn't measured? You were saying that without measuring.
Yeah. Is that stupid or what? Like, I feel like I measured, but maybe I was like 13 years old. Like that's what
almost exactly like the same size.
I thought 6 and 7 was the starting to get outside the average. I thought the average was like 4 to 6,
or like 5.5 or something is the American male white something. But anyway, I just wanted to clear the air about that. It's not like any of the listeners, like I show my underwear a lot, but it's not like I'm gonna whip my dick out or anything. But I just felt like, at least for some journalistic integrity here on Flaming Freedom, I should tell you that I measured my dick. It is exactly.
Yes, journalistic integrity. That's exactly what I was thinking too.
I haven't measured myself in a long time.
Do you remember what it was when you did?
It was like a little over 6, maybe about 6.
Okay.
A little over.
Because, you know, gay men talk about dick size a lot. Like, there's a size queen, and I've been accused of being a size queen because I love big cocks. I love them. And if they're small, I'm just not interested. I'm sorry. Like, it's you know, I don't care how great your personality is. There's nothing you can do when you got a small dick. You can't change that. And that really sucks because it means that we're not compatible anymore. And it's something so superficial that I feel like I should be able to just be like, Derek, put that side of you away. That's so low. That's so beneath you. But it's like, you got to be honest, right?
I'm kind of the opposite.
You like small dicks?
Yeah, I prefer smaller, yeah.
Well, huh.
Like, even really small is okay with me.
I get good
But that's kind of being sort of dominant. Like, if you're dominant, it's more, I don't know.
I get
like them so small that they're vaginas.
Yes.
What were you saying, Jason?
Oh, I get good feedback about being uncircumcised. That goes over well with a lot of women.
We were talking last week about how to clean uncircumcised or uncut penises.
Yeah.
And how frequently do you clean? Do you do some prep before a girl goes down on you?
Yeah, I like to. Yeah. If I expect that to happen, I'll have tried to like have showered well. I'm like self-conscious if I've like taken a big piss or something like after dinner before that's gonna happen, because I don't know. I feel like it gets kind of trapped, you know, some of that. I don't know. I just want it to be fresh, but
you just rinse, or do you wash with like soap and water in a bathroom or something? Do you do this at restaurants?
I think rinsing out.
I haven't yet done it at a restaurant.
Just rinsing out should get it pretty good.
Yeah, if I'm really worried about it, I mean, usually like if I think I'm gonna get lucky at a date, I'll have my work and then like I'll take a shower right before the date, and then I'm pretty much clean, you know. But if it catches me by surprise and I think something's gonna happen, I'll pop into the bathroom and just a quick rinse.
Yeah.
Do you like KFC wet wipes and just reach down there a little bit? And...
Oh God, I feel like that would sting.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. He's still sensitive down there because he's got the protection that's supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And whereas it probably wouldn't sting on us because once you've been circumcised over time, it becomes desensitized. You know, it actually calluses a little.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. It's horrible.
We got a question from the chat room. Are you into dominatrixes?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Somebody, I like an aggressive woman. I don't know if I've ever been with like a dominatrix, but I could see myself.
Someone who's like, I am dominant over you.
Yeah, I would enjoy that. I've never completely experienced it, but I do like that.
Someone asked me, does that make it easier to take? And I think they mean, you know, is that why I prefer smaller ones? That would, I guess that's technically the answer is yes. If they insist on topping, it's nice if they're small. But ideally, they don't insist on topping, right?
I need to feel it though. I need to know that something's there. So if someone's going to top me, like, I don't know.
To me, it's just painful. And I've been topped by small ones, and that's not so bad. I think I could still do that today. Like if you're small, I'm probably okay with it.
I just can't imagine getting anything.
And then it can actually feel good and not hurt. So.
You ever put anything in your butt?
Like I guess fingers.
Yeah. How'd you like that?
It made me uncomfortable.
Yeah. Like that's not the right place.
Yeah. Like I was with a girl a couple months ago, and she started to try to do that while we were. Well, she was going down on me, and I was like, no. You just stick with the. That's not necessary.
How did you say it? You don't say no, right? You just say like, focus over here or something, or what? Tell her to play with your nipples, or just tell her to shift focus, do something else. I wouldn't want to say no in a bedroom. I'd want to like divert their attention to something else.
I can't remember exactly what I said. I was like
no.
That's okay, and then I took her hand.
That's okay. We'll hear more. Flaming.Freedom. Have you ever stuck anything up your butt? Maybe a dildo? I started with carrot. That's the first thing I ever stuck up my butt because I was a young child. Wanted to experience that. Starting to masturbate with vegetables.
Man, I'm so upset I can't find this video now. I was so excited about showing it to Jason.
Just work on it. Keep finding more.
I don't know where else to look. I've really forgotten everything.
Oh, I don't know how to use the internet to find porn. Oh.
I can find porn. I just found that great video we just watched. Just can't find this particular one. Dang it. Let's see.
What is this?
This is sad piano music. This is Dale is not able to find porn on the internet.
Puke in the Gang watched it. If I could somehow get to the Puke in the Gang chat room, if it would still be there, do you think it would?
Would it be in their show notes?
Oh, would it? Oh, that's a good question.
Dale just wanted to see a dildo up a guy's ass. And it wasn't happening.
Hydrant.
Couldn't do it during this episode. I got what's another drop? What's this?
Is it possible I'm not as attractive as I think I am?
Yeah, I think that a lot. And here's one more. I don't know if I want to play this during the show or not.
Can I say on air that I love Derek J. No homo?
If it's true.
It is true.
So yeah.
If it's honest and it's kind.
that guy's like the most un-PC gay guy ever in a really cool way.
This was
yeah,
behind the scenes conversation on Freedom.
I had a great time hosting the show with him. It was really, really awesome.
Did you say you love Derek?
Yeah, I do love Derek.
You love Derek. I am just gonna start. Yeah,
It's that line from As Good as It Gets, right? If only that did it for me.
Actually, that kind of does it for me, but it used to. I've done that, but Derek's not really my type.
There you go.
Although if I were drunk, I'd wreck that girl. But I don't drink.
There you go.
I thought that was very kind of Michael Dean to say that if he was drunk, he would have sex with me.
FM.
Isn't he bi?
Yes, and he said that he's had sex with more men than you, Dale.
That's very possible.
Really? But you were in the Navy.
Yeah, I didn't have sex with her. I was too terrified of being caught and kicked out. It was before Don't Ask, Don't Tell. It was just you can't be gay. Period. We kick you out.
There are no gay people in America.
Right.
Lemonade in front of the ghost of the Iraqi child that follows him everywhere. Rebecca Mara has been following the flourishing art career. He's pretty good, Rebecca.
Yeah, well, Rachel, Bush doesn't claim to be a great artist, but as he put it, not bad for an old man, huh?
Not bad at all. He says he likes painting simple things he sees in everyday life, like his dogs, that dead Iraqi child. You can see that Bush's art is improving over time if you take a look. At first, he could barely draw the Iraqi child's transparent hands, but now they look much more realistic.
Much more. I'm not surprised that he's getting better. Bush practices constantly.
And Laura Bush says he's more focused than ever, locks himself away for hours at a time and won't talk to anyone while he's painting.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if history will look back on Bush as a politician or the next Rembrandt. Up next, a study found that drinking red wine once a day can help the body.
Yes, on your news network. If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
This is Flaming Freedom. We return to talk more about straight, gay sex and porn and dildos. I want to see more porn. On the first episode, we had a lot of engagement in the chat room. We still have a lot of engagement, but weird porn that they were into, and I linked to some of that in the show notes of the final episode that I posted online, and I think that maybe made people want to see weird porn. Sometimes people will send things to me because they know I do the show, and they'll send me, there's one listener who sends weird hentai, and he's always like, "Are you into this? You like this? Is this interesting to you?"
Yeah. There's a guy. We have a fan who loves to send us brony stuff.
Really?
And why doesn't he's a straight guy. He's a big fan, and he sends us all kinds of stuff about My Little Pony. And eventually, I'm just like, I kind of told him, dude, I'm not really it was fun to talk about, but we're not bronies. I'm sorry.
So bronies are people who are into the drawings of.
No, bronies are just male My Little Pony fans.
That's it.
Grown up male My Little Pony fans, because it's kind of thought of as being a little girl show.
But it's not sexual in any way.
No, not usually. I can't say there aren't bronies who make it sexual, but
I don't see how it's not sexual. I mean, you gotta
No, it usually is not. They just think it's a funny show, and I don't know.
And then they dress up as female ponies.
Well, if they're actually dressing up as ponies, I don't know, but.
Well, I want to know from Jason. So, have you ever been with a girl on a date? She tells you she's into something a little weird. You experimented with that?
I've never really actually encountered that. Nothing weird.
You've never pissed on a girl?
No, I wouldn't. I don't know.
I totally had a guy that wanted me to pee in his mouth, so really? I did. Yeah, I did it.
That would just turn me off.
He drank all of it.
I'd be like, if they were really hot and I was really into her, and she's like,
this guy was pretty hot, and
and she's like, I need you to do this. Maybe I'd do it, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go in the other room, you clean up, and then we'll finish this off traditionally.
Yeah.
Like,
what are we asking, Derek?
So the chat room is delivering. I asked for some porn, and they're sending me some brony porn. I guess because the topic of bronies. Are you guys seeing this? The first one is brony ass, and it's got the like tail out the top, and it's a brony wearing a thong with some like thigh-high socks, which I guess is hot. All the curves are in the right places. It's pretty nice, but it's clearly a girl ass, which is like, whatever. And then another brony girl, and she's just got big tits, so not interested. I'm not saying like you need to send me something that I'd be into, but I want to see how weird it gets. What's this one? My grandpa loves trannies, but he's not gay. I wonder if
I'm playing that one right now for. I'm playing that one right now for Jason.
Play the audio.
I turned off the audio because it was kind of.
I love the porn audio. It's so gentle. It's a little loud. I'll turn this down. My grandpa loves trannies, but he's not gay is the title of this porn.
By the way, at some point I want to tell a story from when I was in the Navy.
Go ahead. We've got the perfect music for it.
Okay. So there was this thing that happened, and this is what reminded me of it. There was these women in England, right?
Yeah.
Who sued the military because they made a march with men, and because they were shorter women, kind of short women, I guess, and so they had to take really big strides for like a long time, for a couple of weeks, and it hurt their backs, and they sued for like $100,000 and won.
Yeah.
Yeah. And which is funny to me because all these, there are all these feminists insisting on being treated like men, the same as men, and then as soon as they did, they sued and said they were abused.
Well, you
treated me like a man. That was abusive.
You can't treat women like a man, even if they ask to be. That's offensive, and that's unfair. You need to give them special privileges.
Right. So, but what it made me think of was. When I was in boot camp, right? I was the guide on for a good chunk of the time. Basically, they take the shortest person in the whole company of like 80 guys.
Yeah.
And that person becomes what's called the guide on, or the lead flag bearer. There are flag bearers in the front row, right? And then there's like rows and rows and rows of people marching behind them. And the first flag bearer, the one to the far left, is the one that guides the rest of the flags, and then everyone else follows the flag bearers. So that guide-on is the guider of the march, and he's the one that sets the pace.
Okay.
And they pick the shortest guy in the company, presumably because he has the shortest stride.
Right.
So that no one else will be like, oh, I can't keep up with these strides. I assume that. Actually, I didn't know this at the time. I'm just, in retrospect, I'm looking back on it and going, that's why the guide-on is the shortest guy. It didn't occur to me until I heard about this lawsuit. And so it kind of doesn't make sense. If you have men and women marching together, the shortest person, and probably a woman, should be the guide-on.
Yeah, when you backpack in a large troop on like on a longer trek, the rule is you're supposed to put
you need to aim better.
You're supposed to.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're supposed to put the.
Sorry, Jason's jacking off for me, and I want him to hit the table. I'm trying to get some video for XTube, and he's splattering it all over the wrong place.
You're supposed to put the slowest person in the front, so they don't fall behind and get eaten by a bear.
Right, and that's the idea behind the guide-on, I think. But the story, that's not the story I was going to tell them, because the story I want to tell is sexy time.
Oh, okay.
All right, not really, but close. So I went to a sex education class in boot camp, and this was mainly sort of put a scare into us. They showed us all kinds of pictures of VD, right, that were supposed to terrify us into keeping our wieners in our pants when we're at port, when we're at like foreign country ports and things like that. So it was just all, kind of giving us an education in VD and how to avoid it and how to protect yourself. And he was talking about, you're getting really horny, and he specifically talked about I think it's called the RP, I forget what that stands for. He's the head of the company. He's like the one who issues all the orders and stuff. And the guidon is sort of like his personal assistant in a way. Like the guidon is I sleep in the bunk underneath the RP, who is the boss of the company. He's like whatever guy in the company has been assigned that role, and so he's like the enlisted boot camp guy who's in charge of the rest of the company when the actual commanders aren't there or whatever. And he made this comment about how when you're getting really horny and you shout, "Guidon, post," as in to service me, right? Well, I had a crush on the RP at the time, right? When I was the guidon, and I'm in the class, and everyone looks at me and starts laughing, and I'm laughing too because it's funny, and I'm also like bright red, like just as a tomato, because this is so embarrassing. And the RP was noticing it. He's like, "Dale, you're blushing," and he just thought it was hilarious. And anyway, that moment was like a really weird moment for me in the Navy because it was really funny, but it was also kind of like, holy shit, I'm kind of being. He kind of spoke a truth.
That sounds horrible. It sounds
it was kind of erotic,
really,
but also kind of like embarrassing, erotic, humiliating.
Everyone were gay.
The thing is, the RP didn't seem terribly upset about it. He was more like getting a kick out of it. So
that's probably gay too.
No, I don't think he was at all. I just think that he was kind of cool about. I think he knew I was gay and was kind of cool about it.
All right, I want to hear more about the military sexual experiences that you've had. I know you were you on a submarine?
I got a couple more stories I can tell. Sure.
I want to know more about straight sex. I never really get to know. I always just have to wonder. Like, do you finish on a girl? Like, sometimes that's really normal for guys. You're like, where you want to jack off or where you want to end it. What about straight guys? Don't give your answer yet. Don't blow your load.
We should talk about something else for the live listeners, though.
Oh, yeah.
We want to tell our live listeners. We should tell them secret, special information that other people don't get to hear.
Okay.
Right?
Now I'm looking at all of the gay porn that I'm being sent in the chat room. It's not some good stuff.
Pictures.
This chat room just went way.
This is awesome.
Yeah. Thank you, chat room.
Some furry porn. Cartoon furry porn. Oh, chat room. Oh, and there's My Little Pony porn.
Yeah, lots of My Little Pony porn.
Wow.
Yeah,
I did not realize this was a thing. Like, I knew people were into My Little Pony porn, and I found some images to be sexy. Like, I read comic books as a kid, and I was turned on by some of the superheroes. But My Little Pony, it's got almost no resemblance to anything human.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. You basically have to turn them into.
You have to anthropomorphize.
That's kind of what furries are about, is anthropomorphized animals. I mean, they're not, most furries are not into like quadruped type animals. They're into anthropomorphic animals.
Yeah. I'm into that. Like, do you remember the music video for Tainted Love by Marilyn Manson?
No.
Came out when I was in high school, and or ish. And I remember when I saw it, one of the most shocking scenes to me that really turned me on was it's like a house party. Yeah, here we go. So check out this scene with Marilyn Manson and these bunnies or whatever they are that are all around his love. Okay, so you see what I'm saying here with wearing the heads and like sexy ladies, and he's like, clearly, there's something sexual going on, but their heads don't matter, it's just their bodies.
Yeah.
Right. I guess so. Yeah.
Or they're just ugly. They didn't pay for the good-looking models.
Right. Could easily be bags, right?
Well, how good-looking do they have to be?
Most furries, it's really not a sexual thing. That's the thing. It's a lot of people are confused about that. They think furries is like a sexual fetish, and I think a lot of furries, it's really not very sexual. It's more about just, it's like being cute and comfortable and having fun and being relaxed and comfortable. I don't know. It's not a sexual thing. It's like being expressive of your personality with an animal type or something. Stuff like that.
What animal are you?
Me?
Yeah.
I think if I had to pick one, at the moment I would probably identify as a raccoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's racist.
I have a raccoon onesie on the way.
Really?
Yes. Which is like nowhere near being furry level, but like I said, I'm like 5% furry. I'm very minor, low level furry.
I've pretended to do pup stuff. You know how like some gay guys, I don't know. I think this is a really normal one for S&M play, but just like one of them is a dog and the other one is just like a master.
Right.
So, like there's like hooves that you can wear and stuff. I've done that.
Yeah, I don't think that's furry. I think that's something else.
Time at cam.lrn.fm. That's cam.lrn.fm.
Hey, are you a furry? Have you worn hooves during sex?
That's if you're furry, you can answer whether or not that actually is a furry thing. When there's dom sub play and the sub pretends to be a puppy.
I know we have some furry listeners, so maybe we could get the answer to that. Also, I think our listeners really span the gamut. We've got bears, twinks, furries. I don't know, what else is there? We've got straight people. That's pretty cool.
Lots of straight people listen to the show, which is surprising to me, actually. But it's
why do you want to hear about assholes all the time? It's something fucked up. Just explore your own. I was talking about that a little bit when I started with a carrot, and I put a condom on the carrot just because I didn't want any like dirt or whatever going up there. But yeah, it was so good. But Jason, you didn't like it, and now I want to ask about where you finish when you have straight sex. So for gay sex, let me give a little context. There's typically, for me, like not a lot of dialogue during sex, but when you're about to finish, there's like, I'm going to come, and there might be a couple of words about where you want the other person to come.
Yeah.
Is that a conversation that happens during straight sex?
Yeah, it varies from partner to partner. I'm generally just intent on coming. That's like, and I'll put it wherever you want it. But
on my tongue, baby.
I like coming inside of them, and like it just feels good, and often I'll come longer and harder that way.
Yeah. Of course.
Especially if they're like on top, because they can keep grinding me, and it's intense. But
yeah,
like,
I mean the few times when I've had a guy like swallow, it was amazing. I felt like I came a lot.
But I had some weird experiences last fall. I used condoms and stuff, but there was this girl I was with a few times, and she insisted I use a condom, which was fine. I'm all about the safe sex. But then she also insisted that I pull out before I come.
Yeah.
And that
a lot of gay guys, I mean, technically gay guys are supposed to do that. If you're like strictly being safe, like you're not supposed to come inside the condom. That's too.
What? See, but then somebody else told me. I told another girl this recently.
If the condom fails, that's the worst time, right? You want to be out before that. It's a little.
I told another girl this, and she says she has a friend who works in the condom industry, and she says, how they say condoms are 99.9% effective, implying that there's a chance that they're not. That chance when they're not is always user error. But the condom companies don't say this.
Right.
So it's like
they probably aren't. They probably can't.
If you've put your condom on correctly, like it's
every single one of them is like
effective.
Tested for any kind of holes or fissures or anything.
But that was horrible. Like having to pull out and then come in a condom.
Oh
God!
Forget about it.
Old plastic shit on your dick. It's just But then a few years ago, I was sleeping with an older woman. I was like 27, 28, 27 at the time. She was 40.
Nice.
Yeah, she was really hot too. She had the body of not a 40-year-old, and she insisted on not using protection. She did not want me to have a condom on, which also scared the shit out of me.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're get her pregnant.
You're way at more risk than she is.
Right, but
if she gets pregnant, you're the one that's going to be
But
screwed.
then she really wanted me to like come all over her stomach and tits, and then after I did that, she would like rub it into herself like massage oil.
I've done that. I had a guy come on my back, and I rubbed it like I was really turned on. He came a lot too. Holy jeebus! It was an Asian guy. It was like the first Asian guy I'd ever been with, I think. And he really had me turned on, and he just like nuts all over my back. And I like rubbed it, and I was getting into it.
You
I
rub
was
it
over the bottom at that time. What?
I think generally, if I'm not going to lick it up, then I'm just not very sensual about the whole cleaning up process. It's like, get me some tissues, get me a towel, get this shit off of me.
Well, I thought it was pretty hot. I don't know.
You rub it in like it's...
Tell Navy stories now. Unless you have more stories for the straight guy. I have more questions.
Yeah, I want to know everything. I want to know what it's like. So,
All right, I'll tell Navy stories next week. That's fine.
Wait, what are the stories that you've got?
There's more Navy stories. I'll tell them next week. Not that great, but
we don't always have a straight guy on the show.
Right, exactly.
So you said no to golden showers, no to any kinky stuff. Have you ever expressed a desire to do something kinky with a girl?
Not really. I mean, I don't know. Now you make me feel so boring. Well, I mean, what's your definition of kinky?
Anything other than vanilla. Anything other than very, regular vaginal sex.
Anything but PIV.
Did you ever put it in her butt?
Only once with one person.
Did you like that?
Meh.
Was it too tight or not tight? Or did you like how tight it was? Or?
I don't think she was enjoying it, which was the worst part.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I heard that girls don't have the same anatomy in that way. That
they don't have a prostate gland, and that's pretty key to. I mean, you don't have to have that to enjoy anal sex. There's other sensitivities and things that will make it feel good, but without a doubt, that's a big. I mean, if you stimulate the prostate gland correctly, you're gonna have an orgasm like crazy.
See, that vaguely intrigues me, but at the same time, I'm like, poop comes out of there. It's stinky.
I hear you, dude. I hear you.
Nah, I feel really sad. Like, when I started exploring my ass as a young person, I felt bad for the other straight guys who weren't doing that, because I was like, I'm getting all of this pleasure, they're missing out, and they're probably going to miss out for life. Like, they're never, ever going to explore how good it can feel to have things up your ass.
I'm telling you what, Jason, if someone, maybe just a finger or two, just one even to start with, gets up there and hits the prostate and massages it just right.
But isn't it like stinky? Like, don't you gotta like clean it out first, yeah?
It depends. I mean, some people are cleaner than others. Some people have drier poop or whatever, so it's not. I don't know. And then how regular you are and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. Have some wet wipes nearby. Do you use wet wipes, by the way?
No, I don't have much cause to.
Well, a lot of straight guys and a lot of everyone is moving over to these wet wipes. I know a lot of people are doing
wipes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so much better than regular old toilet paper. Old toilet paper, it's like next best thing to newspaper. It's like what they used in outhouses. I think we're ready for the 21st century toilet paper, which is wet wipes.
You're talking about wet toilet paper?
Yeah. Just moist. Just moist.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, just to kind of get, And
I have some next to me. I'll show you what they look like.
And you can get them, and they're flushable. You can get flushable ones.
When I traveled in India, I actually liked not having toilet paper. You use your hand. You've got a sink right there. You're not smearing the poo everywhere with the toilet paper.
You just wipe with your hand?
You wipe with your hand.
Oh, God.
And then you wash and sanitize.
Well, I wash anyway, but I don't want to just have smears of poop on my hand.
That's why you don't use your left hand for important things.
Yeah, but
Have you ever tasted your own cum?
No, it kind of scares me.
Man, I can't imagine.
Isn't that weird?
Like the life of a straight guy.
I feel like that is even
it just,
a little weird. Like I feel like most straight guys probably
would my
do,
life,
but they won't admit it. I would admit it if
would
I
my
did.
sex be? Yeah, I think you would. I agree with that. I don't deny that. I don't think Jason's lying to us. It just saddens me when I think of how little I would have experienced in my life had I been cursed with heterosexuality. If had, or not cursed, I don't want to say cursed. If I had been burdened with it.
What's that?
You like sex with older women?
The 40-year-old was the oldest I've ever gone, so that was like a 13-year spread. But she I thought she was in her early or mid 30s, and she had the body of like a 20-something.
Are they better in bed?
Yeah, generally the people who are more experienced or older are better in bed. Yeah.
I get the impression. So one of the things I don't think a mouth really is very different anatomically between a guy and a girl, but it really turns me off to think of a woman sucking my dick. I'm not interested.
Double standard I was going to get onto you about, Derek.
Yeah, it turns me
right
off.
because you're like, oh, straight guys should totally let gay guys suck their dicks.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in jail. Because you're in jail and you've got no other option is the thing. Like, I offered this as a favor to my cellmate, and I think he was really freaked out by it.
Yeah. Well, I think so, yeah.
How long was he in for?
Year and a half.
See, if a guy that I wasn't at all attracted to offered to suck me, I think I'd be like, no, I'll just masturbate. And same thing for a woman. I'll just masturbate.
I might be up for that if I were in jail.
That'll do it for this episode of Flaming Freedom. I want to thank all of our kinky listeners who sent us porn in the chat room, the people who send us porn throughout the week. Stay kinky.
Excellent show, Derek.
Hey, thank you, Bill. Thank you.
The show's up. At least put the video's up.
Okay. All right, give me a break. But I keep getting called into work when I'm supposed to be doing drugs and posting podcasts.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I can post the videos. They're there. I just have to. I could do that at least. I don't know if it'll screw up the feed to add something to it later, though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I haven't done it yet, is because I thought you might want to post them, because you've got the audio.
You're right.
And I thought you might want to do the audio portion at the same time to make sure it goes into the feed, the RSS feed, right? So I'm not sure what it does to the RSS feed if we go ahead and post the video. That'll go to the feed for sure, and then later add an audio to the post. You know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying. I'll Google it and I'll find an answer for that. But regardless,
it's however WordPress does it, and also however Google's feed burner works. You know.
Tomorrow. Hold me to this, Dale. Don't let tomorrow pass without me posting these podcasts. I know it's so important. And I have a lot of fun doing the show. It's stupid if we don't put the audio form out because people want to listen to that. Thank you. You're amazing. I love the insight on being straight. I really never get to ask these questions that I do have when I'm wondering about straight sex. And I know it sounds kind of silly, but I do have questions about straight sex.
I enjoy it. It was fun seeing you again, hanging out virtually.
Mwah, likewise. And thank you, listening audience. I'm going to stop the broadcast now, but it's been fun. Catch us every Thursday
on a bed
Eastern at flamingfreedom.com.